Good afternoon from JCT for Education, Juank Tamayo, Juan Camilo Tamayo, and here we are for you. This is inviting students, families. Last weekend we had Dr. Wenger, and today we have a special guest, and we're gonna wave at our special guest, Nicole. Let me see, I wanna get her to join. Hello, Nicole. Come on. Hi, Nicole.
Hey, Juanka.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. You?
Good, doing really well. So for those of you, we have Nicole Schwyn. She graduated from Gulliver Prep, and currently she's studying at.
Occidental College. It's in Los Angeles.
Good. How far are you from LAX, from the airport?
It can be from 30 minutes to an hour considering traffic, which is
Good.
everything.
Okay, so for those of you that never visited Nicole, absolutely love it. When was that at your campus, Nicole? You remember?
I think like in November. I think you visited me like in
November.
November, October, something like that.
Good. So right now you are into your second semester, and you have to go back home. Unfortunately, everybody is on the same boat here. And are you taking online courses right now?
Yeah. All of my classes have been switched to online, except for 2 physical activity classes I was taking. Those they just stopped having them.
Okay. And when do you finish your semester?
I finish early May. I don't know if they've switched our date yet, but if I had still been on campus, I would have been finishing May 8th.
Okay. Nicole, since we have only like 3 minutes left here, would you mind telling us about your major and why did you choose to go to Occidental?
Okay, so I haven't declared my major just yet, but I'm thinking of majoring in diplomacy and world affairs. It's Oxy's version of an international relations major, but it takes a more interdisciplinary approach and it adds stuff like religion, politics, gender studies. It really encompasses a lot of stuff I'm into. And as to why I went to Oxy, I always wanted to go to liberal arts college, and I also wanted to go to LA, and I guess Oxy just gave me that mix of both. I remember when I visited campus last year in April, I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the classes, and I just really enjoyed it there. And I remember that night I went back to where my parents and I were staying, and I was like, no, this is it. Like, I'm coming here. I committed that night. And honestly, best decision of my life. I've loved it so far. And even now with online learning, like, I'm still enjoying it. You know, seeing friends and seeing my teachers. Like, it really hasn't changed. It's changed, but not that much.
Nicole, one of the questions that I've been thinking before this interview, this live, is so you were on campus for a semester, you were there for a month and a half or something like that. Now you're back in Miami. What's the feeling? How do you, what are you processing right now?
Okay, so for reference, I've been back in Miami for about 3 weeks now. I came back over our spring break, and my intention was to go back to school. You know, like, that was the plan. With everything going on, at the time, LA was starting to get some, Miami not so much, but the plan was for me to be here for a week and then come back. And then at the point, my mom was like, yeah, no, we can't do that. Then Oxy messaged us in the middle of our spring break, and they were like, we're canceling school, and we're moving to remote learning. It was difficult. They extended our spring break to another week, which was sort of nice. But then I was just like, I don't know what to do with my time right now. I had nothing to do. I had spent my original spring break stressing on how to move my stuff out of my dorm. Mm-hmm. Thank God I had a wonderful family friend who lives in LA that she actually went to Oxy, and she lives about close to an hour away from there, and she drove there and she moved my stuff out for me. And I had a friend of mine who goes to Oxy with me that she was still on campus, so she also helped pack up my stuff for me. And they just did me this wonderful favor of just like physically moving my stuff out. And, okay, you know, like, if it wasn't for them, I would probably be feeling really weird right now. But once that happened, it was very just, I think my parents and I just getting accustomed to like I'm staying here now until I
Okay.
don't.
And tell us about your weekly routine. What have you been doing your weekends very shortly, and what are you doing Monday through Friday? How do you move your schedule around Monday through Friday? Nicole, I think we lost her for a little bit, her communication. So we have Nicole Schwyn, current freshman at Occidental from Miami, Key Biscayne, and we're having some technical difficulties. I think she just left us. Um, Let me see if we can bring her back. Let's see. I think we lost. I think we lost Nicole. She will join us, I hope. And but for those of you that are watching, Juan Camilo Tamayo, JCT for Education, and today we have a student, a current student, freshman at Occidental College, Nicole Schwyn. I see that Monica, Nicole is having some technical difficulties here, and we were talking about what is Nicole doing to balance her week academics with week um, activities back at home in her apartment in Key Biscayne in Miami. So I think we have Nicole back. Let's say who is here. Monica Aristizabal, are you gonna join us? Let's see.
Hola, hola. I'm
Hola,
back.
hola. We got Nicole back. So Nicole,
Yeah.
here we
Sorry
are.
about
This is what is so beautiful about Instagram, that we can improv and things like that. So you were
Yeah.
saying, how do you balance your week schedule versus your weekly schedule at home?
So it just so happened that this semester, a change I made to last semester was I was having classes every day of the week. Last semester, I was taking 3 classes at a time, and they were all Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, and then Tuesday, Thursday were free. This semester, I was basically doing 2 classes a day, and it's actually been pretty nice because I typically do my best work in the morning, and because of the time difference, since we're doing classes during our actual time, it's been pretty nice because my earliest class currently is like at 1, and then my latest class is at like 6 o'clock. So even though we just finished our first week, I've been trying to get myself to get used to like doing homework and whatnot, and just adjusting to the fact of like, okay, I'm not on vacation anymore. I have schoolwork. So I've just been spending my mornings doing whatever I need to do for the day or getting ahead, and then I just take my classes, and that's really all I've been doing.
And weekends, how was your weekend? How did you manage this weekend that we just had?
This past weekend, I was just I basically, like my mom can say, I took a lazy day the last 2 days. Saturday especially, I tried to get myself to work a bit, but it was very much like, no, like I just was not feeling it. But this is something I would do back at Oxy too, So there are just days where I just like was not feeling like I just couldn't get myself to do any work, and I'm not really like this. So when I get to that point, I'm very much like, okay, like I'm going to take the day and just try to relax. And if I feel like I'm up to doing work, then I'll do it. But I also know myself well enough where like I try to at least do something. So then the next day it's not too much work that I have to get done.
And what physical activity are you doing at home? What I know you have 2 beautiful dogs. Tell me a little bit about that.
Okay, actually, one of them is here with me. This is Kiki. He's the
Hey, Kiki.
baby of the family.
Uh-huh.
Sadly enough, I happen to be at high risk of getting coronavirus. So once they closed down my school, my mom was basically like, no, like you're staying in the apartment. So I actually haven't left in 3 weeks, basically. I've
Wow.
been staying home. But I used to do a lot of Pilates when I was in town, and the studio that I go to has been offering online classes. So I've been taking those primarily at night. Like I just spend my day doing my work, and then it works out really well because when my the latest class finishes, I have like 5 minutes, and then I go into a Pilates class, and I do them primarily with my dad. My mom does it too. The 3 of us have just been doing that, and
And what I know you guys are into very healthy mood. Your mom cooks amazing, healthy meals. How are your cooking skills these days?
I mean, my mom is still cooking the most.
Hey, Monica.
She's busy doing some stuff. So she's like listening to it, you know. But
Okay. And your dad doing well, working from home?
Yeah, my dad's been working from home for several years now, so it isn't much of a difference. It just so happens that he ended up using my room as his workspace once I left for college. So when my parents were like, "Wait, you're coming back," and then my dad was like, "I don't want to intrude," so he sort of gave me my room back.
Nicole, for those seniors that are watching you right now, we will put this video on our JCT for Education channel, also YouTube channel. What is your message to the seniors that they are already, most of them have already heard from all the institutions? What message do you have for seniors and upcoming juniors?
In regards to finding a college that works for you, I don't know if a lot of people are like this, but you know, Juanka, I applied to colleges that my hope was if I were to get in, I would see myself going there. And I know right now really isn't the best time to go out and travel. I'm not promoting this whatsoever, but once you have the time, if you can, to go and visit those campuses, but a lot of colleges have been doing it online. So if you can do it online, do it for sure.
Okay.
But you know, once it's okay to travel, I would recommend going to physically visit the campus. That's my main thing. My mother wants to jump in. Can she jump in?
She can jump in, of course. Moms are welcome. Hey, Monica, how are you?
How are you?
Miss you guys.
Adding a little bit, and sorry for interrupting, but as a parent, I will from the bottom of my heart, I recommend to find or to try to help your kid choose the school that has a heart.
Okay.
The only response that we had from Occidental is a full support in any sense. They have clearly said what they don't know, they're working on it. The messaging and the communication that we had from the university had been essential in this process. So I know that sometimes we try to be with the big name as a university. Occidental is not a very well-known name, but I can tell you that it has heart, it has empathy on what's going on. They understand the situation of every student. Believe it or not, sometimes you think about something and the following communication that we got, they are fixing that situation. So I recommend a parent to, and you know what, something that you said to me that stick to my mind that now I think about it is you said, I want you to read the letters of acceptance or no's and see what they say. And the letter from Occidental, really now looking at it, it represents what Occidental is, what we have feel from Occidental.
And I also want to jump in and for the students and parents that are watching us right now, colleagues from around the world, is that what Nicole did, we tried you to talk to the admission officer. Right now, people cannot travel, but we have a student from Colombia who is currently in Germany that he was admitted at Occidental. So I asked Nicole, could you talk to our student that is currently in Germany? So for those of you that cannot travel, I strongly recommend you to make a strategic alliance like students like Nicole at every single campus around the country. So Nicole, we are very proud of you. The whole JCT for Education team is watching me here. They're on Zoom. And as we speak, they are criticizing everything, how I move and how I talk. But if I can ask you one question, what's your favorite song and what's your favorite book?
What's my favorite song? Okay. That's going to be difficult because I have a lot of, I mean, you know me, I listen to music all the time. Currently, one of my top songs is I Love Me by Demi Lovato. I'm really feeling the self-empowerment that she puts through the song. As for books, um, one top book that I've read so far, and it was for an academic purpose, but not really. I decided to read on my own time. It's called The Dirty Girls Social Club. I've been doing some research in regards to Latinx representation in literature, and it really resonated with me because it was super diverse in how Latinx women were portrayed, and it just touched upon themes that we typically don't see about Latinx people. So I would say that's one of my top books at the moment.
Okay, so we have some homework for you. Every guest is putting together the top 10 recommendations during this time. So we're gonna get back to you, but make sure that you write those, and we're gonna upload this on Instagram. And Nicole, remember, blue is your favorite color, right?
Always.
Okay. Well, Nicole, un beso para ti, para toda tu familia.
Un
Thank you
beso.
so much for your
Of
precious
course.
time.